What's up, guys? What's going on? I'm glad you
Muy bien.
Hey, well, let's say hi. Dog. Let's say hi.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, look, I just wanted to start off with a personal story.
Yeah.
I went to this whole wheat eater place out there in Lancaster.
A what?
Whole wheat eaters. It's like a whole store full of like vitamins, multivitamins. It's healthy,
Yes.
like 100% healthy shit. You know, it's expensive. And it was like an event. And I was walking around looking for sea moss, and I'm walking around. And
I heard about sea moss.
sea moss is good.
It's good.
So I'm looking around for somebody to help me out to look for it. And this big, tall black guy, he was like, "Hey, Thomas."
They called you Thomas?
Yeah, and I was like, "No."
Yeah.
And he's so confused, and I was like, "No, not Thomas, man." And he's like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah." And for some reason, at the same time, we both stretch out our hands to each other, and he grabs my hand, I grab his hand, and then we're just acknowledging each other for a second.
Yeah.
And then we just pull away, and we're like, "All right, bye."
Weird.
That was weird, dude.
You guys had a bro moment, but you guys did not realize it.
Yeah.
It was weird. I just grabbed him, and then we just
Yeah.
looked at each other, and then
You guys just looked at each other and be like, did we just become best friends?
no. I think he would have captured me and fucking fucked the shit out of me,
Oh,
man,
shit.
and pumped me up with sea moss.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, no.
But I after I shook his hand, man, I felt this weird. I don't know. I'm a weird guy.
It was moist?
No, energy. I feel
gotcha,
energy.
gotcha.
You ever shook somebody's
Yeah,
hand
yeah.
and there's like a weird lingering energy?
Yeah. You could get it within rooms too, not just like actually physical touch. Literally, if you're in a room where people are negative, that's why I don't like hanging out with negative people or even lazy people, because you get that. You're like, man, why am I feeling so tired? And it's probably because of the people that you hang around with sometimes. Like, you never know. The facade of a smile, sometimes it's a facade, right? But then you you feel it afterwards. I'm like, why do I feel this way? Am I getting the flu? What's going on over here?
Yeah. Or you walk in a room, like you said, or like you sense a group of people just looking at you, like they know something that you don't know, and you're just like, okay, there's somebody's spreading some shit.
Yeah.
Like a virus or something.
Like how when you come into my studio, you're like, bro, I feel a little weird. I'm like, yeah, bro, it's Annabelle. Take her home.
Oh, shit.
Oh, see, that's I don't know if you want to tell
Speaking
me.
of dolls,
Check out the dolls that we have.
we
back.
got
Dolls, you don't call them dolls,
Oh, no,
bro.
what do you call
Those
them?
are called action figures. You call them over here.
Figurines.
There you go.
Figurines,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, so I had the energy in my hand, and I these sell crystals there. I was like,
Yeah.
I need to put this somewhere, and I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I grab a crystal, a quartz, and then I felt like the energy just transferred to that rock, and then I felt the energy just letting go. I just, I was like, it works. I thought it was a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
People, you hear about crystals, right? You guys are into that or not?
I got friends. They're mostly girls, though, that are into that.
I like to throw rocks, at the river.
Yeah.
But you're not into like those crystals. Like this one brings healing.
No, I
Nah.
know friends, like my friend Sarah, the one that came in yesterday.
Yeah.
She's all into that. She makes like those necklaces and bracelets.
She carries a crystal around.
Yeah, she gave me one. I used to have a black one, but the little thing broke, so I don't wear it anymore.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I know people that are very into that stuff.
And I experienced something that I never experienced before. Like I had the energy. I saw a bunch of crystals on the table. I grabbed one, and the energy just went away. And I was like, okay, I guess it works. There's something to it, or placebo. I don't know.
I was gonna ask if it was maybe a placebo effect.
It could have been, man.
Yeah.
But it was a trip, man. But
Yeah, whatever works.
yeah, but
Whatever-
energy's weird, man.
Yeah, whatever works.
Energy's weird.
Yeah.
Whether,
Yeah.
like you said, whether it be in a room or just shaking somebody's hand.
Or it could be items too, like you said.
Items.
Like what you were
Yes.
saying with the crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been someone had good vibes and touched that crystal, and you basically took it with you. And
see?
maybe it wasn't even the crystal.
Give me a handshake.
What do you feel?
What do you feel?
Nothing. But
Damn,
it was.
Hey,
got no energy.
Sorry,
Got
dude.
muerto.
You're not even human, bro. You're AI robot. But like, what I was gonna get at with this energy thing, like I go thrift shopping, and sometimes like, does somebody murder somebody with this jacket? Does somebody committed a crime with this jacket or T-shirt?
Yeah.
So I'm walking around with shirts and sweaters, like somebody's have done some shit. That gets me thinking sometimes.
You're into the
Energy.
thrift shopping.
Yeah.
I'm getting into that.
Yeah.
Thrift shopping.
Yeah. Is it particular reasons?
No, I it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it. Like, you never know what you're gonna find.
Okay.
You know, and I've been finding some good stuff though. Like,
Are you
like
picky
Nike shirts.
Nike.
I love Nike, and I'd be like, God, this is pretty nice. Like $4.
Yeah,
Shit, you know.
I see a lot of VHSs there too. VHSs.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those two.
Books. Like,
One time I found like a original Apple keyboard.
oh, that's tight.
Yeah, it was the big long one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't buy it, but it was there.
Yeah, it's probably haunted.
Yeah.
Yeah, with energy.
You got to be careful what you bring home, man.
Yeah.
True. My mom used to say that
Yeah?
growing up. Yeah, can't. It's better just buy new stuff. And when you buy used stuff from a yard sale or a thrift store, gotta be a little careful.
I heard a story. A woman bought a used car, and
A used car.
She bought a used car. And she complained that there was a ghost in it. It was like, it won't leave me alone.
Yeah.
So just imagine he's just driving to work and this fucking ghost just fucking around with your radio and shit.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah,
You do?
I do. Yeah. Why not?
Do you have any encounters
Experiences?
or experiences?
With a ghost, the closest thing to a ghost for me was when I was a kid. I was in my bedroom, and then I thought it was a vacuum just in the middle of the fucking room. But for a second, I was just like, I thought it was my sister. It's like, hey, what are you doing? Hey. And it didn't move, and I was like, well, it's a vacuum.
Okay.
It's a vacuum.
What are you doing in my room?
What are you doing in my
Get
room?
out of my room.
Just standing there. And I'm like, it's a vacuum. And woke up, there was no vacuum. But then again, I woke up late. So, my mother could have moved the vacuum,
And you hear the in the other room. You know?
You never know, man. You never know.
Now, off of this feeling of energy, do you ever judge anybody off the bat without actually getting to know them because of the energy that they're
It's calling you
giving out?
judgmental, bro.
I'm just confused. I'm just questioning the feeling I have. That's all I'm stuck on. Like, what is this? Ugh,
Yeah.
I need to wash my hands. It's like if I grab something nasty and I'm
Yeah.
like, how do I take this off my hands?
Well, let's say that guy just basically, hey, Enrique, or asked you for your name and
Yeah.
you gave it to him and he's like, hey, you want to go grab some coffee? Now, knowing that you felt that energy, would you actually go and get that coffee with that guy?
No.
So you're judging off of the energy?
Yeah, the energy. I mean, I just, he looked scary. He was a big black man. He was huge. He looked like Batista, man. He looked huge. I was like, I don't know. But I just grabbed his hand. He just grabbed mine. And like maybe we were friends in the past life or something. He was just grabbing my hand, you know?
Oh.
You heard about past life stuff?
Yeah, like reincarnation stuff.
Something like that. Like we were friends in a long time ago.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I've never had that. Or actually, no, never mind. I've encountered with people where I'm like, bro, like I feel like I've met you before, like this fool.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I met him, but literally,
that
I met
literally
him.
happened.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It literally
Yeah.
happened where I had met him like maybe
Yeah.
a couple of years prior. We didn't recognize each other. We
Yeah.
didn't know each other's names. I'm pretty sure because we were paying attention to the same thing, and we were blindfolded off of that one thing that we're focused on. Literally, we're sitting next to each other. That's how far we were from one another. A room full of maybe 4 people,
Yeah.
and he was one of those people.
Yeah. It's now that you mentioned that, we're here now. We're starting something fresh.
Right.
You know, from nothing. Should we give the listeners a little context?
About
Like
Of what
you
we-
just gave a context about how you and me.
Oh yeah, go for
You
it.
know
Go
what I
for
mean?
it.
And then
Yeah.
what about you? That way,
Right.
like, how do we know each other?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
You know, we
Yeah.
should be giving a little context, don't you?
Yeah, and as
Don't
far
you
as the
agree?
intro, go follow everyone because we're gonna start a new channel. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so-
go free and follow one of us individually, of course. But yeah, for sure, we're growing a new platform.
Yeah.
We're gonna get new followers. We're gonna get new listeners. So definitely, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. But Irvin kind of explained how we kind of knew each other and how that fell into space, you know. Enrique, on the other hand, I watch another podcast called The Little Brown Boys,
Little brown boys, yes.
and then I saw that you appeared as a guest on their show, and I was watching that one, and you said you were from here.
Right.
And I was like, oh, shoot, this guy's from here, from the
AEV.
AEV. And I started following you. I started watching your stuff. I thought you were hilarious. And then I remember I met Irvin. It's kind of funny, like, how it all connected, you know, how it all falls into place, you know. And then I recommended you to Irvin. Remember? Because you met Irvin before you met me, personally.
Well, I I met you. Met you through the internet, right?
Yeah,
Right.
but not personally.
And then you started getting together with Irvin.
Yeah, first, yeah.
And then that when that happened, I was like, "Oh, cool!" I never like that's a beautiful setup that you have, high production. I was like, that's what attracted me to you. I was like, "Wow, this is beautiful." And so from there on, I followed you too.
Yeah,
And then that's when you said that you mentioned me to him.
yeah,
And then I guess from there on, you followed me on my Instagram, right?
Correct.
yeah. And it is the rest is history.
That's his
Yeah.
history.
Yeah, but it all happened due to the factor that we are all doing what we need to do as creatives, and that's something that I've stated before in the episodes that it's either I've had you on or you've had me on your podcast.
Yeah.
Or if not the podcast that you were in mine, as far as like when you were a guest, it's more of I feel like people connect off of the similarity of the path that we're going after. And because we're all trying to get in within the podcasting space, we fell into this, this little category where it was easier for me to connect with Ramses and with Enrique because we have the commonality of a set goal when it comes to podcasting. And because we enjoy it so much, we feel that, I don't have to force any of you guys to come through. I don't have to force the setup. You guys are more than willing. You guys were actually the ones that started this idea of doing this project. And I think from that energy, it reciprocated just the idea that we're going to get connected as far as like back then. And I think that's what it is, like when you're really set on something, you start to meet people with like-minded energy, which goes back to what you were talking before.
Yes, sir.
Naturally too. Naturally. And starting a podcast reminds me a lot like starting a band, you've been in bands before, Irvin. You've probably been in bands, a lot of bands.
Garage bands.
Garage bands. Right, garage bands. And then, you always had that dream, we're going to make it, as a band. And starting a band is like, you have, there's some, there's chemistry, but also there's some other stuff that gets involved, like drama,
Yeah.
They got that, it's.
I think we're pretty mature enough to understand these, I would say the more of the negatives and the positives that comes with doing anything as a group setting, because we do have experiences from doing other stuff, like you mentioned me being in a band, you doing pod. I think you had mentioned you were in a pod.
I was in pod. I was in bands before.
Yeah, exactly. So those group settings, you start to learn and how to navigate with how to relate to certain people's, I guess, the opinion of another person when you're bringing them into the same creative space, which we are now trying to do. So because of those experiences, I'm pretty sure this is going to go fairly well for us as long as we keep that mind intact, like we're not stepping on each other's shoes, or the same thing that I always say, it has to be an equal exchange of everything. If I start seeing someone slacking, that's going to make me hesitant to even want to acknowledge what we're doing. Vice versa, if I do it to you guys, it's going to bring you guys down. So it has to be where it's being met equally. If not, in the long run, I don't think anything actually lasts in that way because it's not equal.
Yeah, just like in the band, you got those band members that show up here and there, but eventually just start not showing up and having so many excuses. And
exactly.
And then one band member gets a girlfriend, and then that ruins everything.
Yeah.
You ever had that situation?
Oh, for sure. That's usually the case for every guy, though. That's literally every guy.
Every band goes through that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he has a girlfriend now. Okay, he doesn't want to come to practice. He doesn't want to start writing.
We lost a drummer.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's usually the story of that. Actually, going off of what I had, Ramses has acknowledged as far as like kind of bringing in a little bit more of her background, I kind of do want to ask, what inspired you, or what kind of gave you that idea to even initially start a podcast? And I kind of want to bring it into Ramses having that same question, but I kind of want to hear your answer first.
Well, my answer to why I started a podcast is just, you mentioned it before in our old conversations that I have this energy, my character, of who I am. It's just, this is the perfect platform for it. You know, there's a platform for what I am. Previously, before podcasting, like there's stand up, there's acting. But now there's this podcasting where I can just do it in my house by myself. I don't have to rely on any team. And that's perfect. It's like a glove that fits perfectly in my hand. And I could do whatever I want, say whatever I want, and show whatever I want. And that's powerful.
What inspired you to actually start the pod? I'm pretty sure there has to have been a podcaster or a podcast that kind of gave you like, you know what, this is it. I want to do this just like that, or at least similar, or if not, just like by seeing it. this is it. I want to go for it now.
Well, like H3 podcast,
Okay.
Ethan Klein and Joe Rogan, and then others like there's a person named Red Bar that watching him really influenced a lot of. I saw him going. I was doing my thing, and I saw somebody doing it at a higher level, and I was like, "That's what I want to do." This guy named Red Bar, Mike David. I was like, "That's where I want to do." And, sort of like also with Joe Rogan,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much it, And I think it's perfect because a lot of people say, I hear the little Brown Boys talk about it, where they say it's a lot of people just starting their podcast. Everybody has a podcast now.
Yeah, now I do.
And I think the most important thing about a podcast is that a personality, bringing that person, you like you said, you can have the greatest equipment, but what are you bringing to the table?
Exactly.
Are you bringing substance, conversations, a personality?
There you go.
Yes.
In many podcasts, less personalities happening,
Yeah.
So,
Or if not, it's forced.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
now seeing this whole where if a trend of a topic starts to grow, all of a sudden everybody's kind of going after that topic. And I think it becomes boring and dull, and that's where the channels for me, and where I'm like, okay, I already heard this topic, so let's move on to the next podcast. And unfortunately, it loses my ear, even attraction to even wanting to continue listening to that podcast. But it's just unfortunate, we're creatures of habit, and then we want to create what we see because maybe it suits them, but sometimes it's just a copycat.
yeah, and it's like news, people have their specific thing they like to watch, like their CNN people, and then they got their Fox people.
Yeah.
And, so it's like, I guess people would just they'll have their thing. They'll have their fix of who they want to listen to. There's so many people with the same topics, but they got that one person that, they listen to for that topic.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Rems?
Yeah, I have my own pod too.
I push record.
I just say nice things.
LA Dodgers.
We started one with my guys here in the AV, like you guys too. You guys have your thing going on too. My thing was I didn't see much podcasting going on here in the AV, and there is podcast here, but there was like a certain target, that I didn't see.
Okay.
And I saw that target, and you got like for example, like we mentioned again, the little Brown Boys, but they're out there based in LA, and we got another a group of podcasters out in the IE, Inland Empire, and they all have similar styles, and I wanted to bring that kind of like formula over here in the AV because there wasn't that
AV.
in the AV. Shout out to the AV. But I wanted to bring that here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you so AV, man. You proud to be an AV guy.
I'm just trying to shed some light in the AV.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to do.
As you should, because the AV is growing.
Yeah.
It is. A
It's
lot of people are
growing.
moving over here.
A lot of people from this city are moving out here.
Yeah.
Important people.
Oh, yeah. And there's a lot of houses being built. So it's growing. The city is growing.
Yeah.
So I know you guys can relate to, like, a lot of people talk shade about the AV. So
Yep.
me and the guys were like, you know what? Let's start something. Shed a little light in the AV. Let's make some good content. It's my homie Anthony and my younger brother Isaiah's. But that's basically it. And then one thing leads to another, and another thing leads to another one, and we're just going. That's it.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I love hearing stories as far as like why people actually start new things, and especially creative things. Like it's just the idea. I'm like, what gave you that idea, and actually pulling through, because everybody wants to do what we do, but half of the time it's just an idea that is set in their heads, but it never follows through for whatever reason. Maybe they were just not driven enough, and maybe it was just an emotional thing that they've had in the moment, and then just kind of let go. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, you'll see in a couple of years the ones that keep doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
There's so many right now,
Yeah.
but eventually you'll see that there's going to be only a few left.
yeah.
the
And
ones that
you
really
started
love it.
yours how long ago?
Man, I've been doing it for a long time, man. Like 2016, 2017. So it's 2023.
So
Long
around
time.
6-7 years.
6-7 years, practicing in my basement, just purely audio. And then eventually start feeling confident in video.
Okay.
Then investing in the video
Okay.
camera, and then investing in apps, applications to edit. Slowly, gradually, did the groundwork.
Yeah.
It's before this mixer, everybody's getting the Rodecaster. You got to do your own research. You got to get these little mixers that have these little buttons, and you got extra equipment and microphones. Now it's just pretty much just right there.
Yeah.
You can just buy that machine. You're good to go.
Yeah, it basically does most of the stuff for you if you wanted to.
Not to hate. I'm not being a hater.
I'm not.
But it was different back then. You know?
Exactly.
But it's cool. It's cool now. I got the machine that everybody has.
Yeah,
so
there
it's,
you go.
it's pretty
Hey,
cool.
it works.
It works. Sound effects, got good quality mics. It's
Preamps, everything.
What about you, Irvin, though?
So for myself, I would say it wasn't originally the podcasting format that attracted me. It was more of the dialogue. For myself, for some reason, and this is something that I kind of found out later on, and I guess getting a little older, that I find dialogue very attractive. When it comes to certain people, as far as like when I'm seeing certain people that actually know how to enunciate and actually know how to actually speak properly, for some reason, it just attracts my ear because I know I'm bad at it. And I think that's what it was for me. But I started randomly watching the Young Turks, which I don't want to watch
the
anymore.
Young Turks.
Yeah.
The political podcast.
Way back in the day.
Big guy and the girl.
Yeah. Way back in the day. Now they gone way too much for me where they're just one-sided. But it was the dialogue that attracted me to wanting to listen to them. Yeah. And then also, what's her name? The comedian Chelsea Handler.
Chelsea Handler. You like her?
Well, once again, it all started from the idea who they were because I was so new in the spectrum of what they were doing. Now I'm a little bit more open as far as like, okay, what are they actually speaking about? Now, how do they sound when they're speaking about these things? Just sounding very attractive to my ear. From there, it kind of went into, okay, now I'm listening to Joe Rogan. I'm now listening to Tiger Belly. And now it became more, okay, this is the format that I think I want to fit in because it's a little bit more open-minded rather than being very narrow-minded. And I think that's where the Young Turks fell into, where it's just in the box now. I'm like, okay, I like your dialogue. I like your system. Same thing with Chelsea. I think she's funny, but I think she falls into a box where now I can't really fall into.
That's interesting you're saying that. It's like they fell into a box, but I think they created that box, right? They saw that group of people like, we have
demographic.
We have an audience, and we just serve them.
Yeah, exactly. But when it comes to Joe Rogan and when it comes to Tiger Belly, they're so open to me where I'm like, okay, dialogue, but there's no box. Like Joe Rogan has doctors, he has comedians, he has his friends over, the MMA guys. So it kind of fell into like, okay, this is what I like, and that's where the attraction of me wanting to do a pod was going after. I'm like, okay, let me actually learn how to communicate a little bit better, but I don't want it to be where it's just this thing. So for me, it was like, okay, let me almost format it where it almost seems like a Joe Rogan thing and almost a Tiger Belly kind of thing, and then let me kind of follow into it because I think it's a good way to navigate life when you're actually having a conversation with another person. And that's why I like bringing in people that are not like-minded, but at least reciprocating a way of life where I could kind of at least be attracted to and want to listen to, or if not, ask questions about. The same way that we're doing this right now, it's attractive to me. Right. Because it's a new process. And that's what I like bringing in when I bring in new guests. That's when I brought you in. I'm like, oh, you fall into it because I see what you're doing. Same thing with the Shade of Brown boys, or the Shade of Brown, my bad. It was the same concept, the idea like, okay, I see what you guys are doing. Let me put you into my circle because like he said, there's not a lot of podcasters in the AV. And it's important that you fall into a group of, if not friends, a group of guys that could actually give you that motivation, or if not that type of energy. If you're like, maybe you're not feeling it for a month or 2 months and you're like, but then you see them or you see me or whoever, you're like, you know what? I'm going to go for it again. Like it doesn't matter, but I see what they're doing. So you get that energy of like, okay, I needed that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like you talk about the conversations about the podcasting. You ever like get confused? You're like, okay, I can have a podcast conversation, I can have a real life conversation. You ever like there's ever a switch mode for you guys?
No.
Like, this is my podcast mode. And then when you're in real life, you kind of just stuck on podcast mode. You start asking questions and shit.
I try to mix the both.
And people are like, yo, are you interviewing me? I guess I get in trouble for that shit, man.
Yeah.
People go, are you interviewing me? Are you interrogating? No, man. It's just, I
Yeah.
get so stuck on podcast mode.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Out in real life.
Yeah, in real life, man.
I think I'm barely doing that
Oh, shit.
by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, ever since starting the pod, I have been more charismatic, talking to people, a little bit more like easy to say something or whatever. Which before I was kind of introverted in a way, but I have doing the pod. It has made me a little bit more extrovert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
in a good way though.
You asking a lot of questions and shit.
Not
Hello,
a lot,
chismoso.
but like before, it was from asking zero. Now I'm asking questions.
Right. So yeah,
Yeah.
it brings confidence, I believe.
Yeah. It brought that up.
That's cool,
Yeah.
man.
Hell yeah.
Damn. So we're here now.
Yeah, we are.
But we
Let's go.
are here.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going. We're still figuring out the name. I mean, we had a poll, right?
Yeah, we did.
We
We
had a
did.
poll.
Yeah.
One of the ones that one of the names was "Don't Tell Mom." And then I figured like that sounds a little predatory. Don't tell your mom, kid.
We did polls on each of our social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah,
Don't
dude.
tell mom actually won on my end.
Yeah,
Which one?
yeah, that one too.
That one won on yours too?
Yeah,
Oh.
And yours?
The Good Toxic Men.
Good Toxic Men's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, that's the one that got the most likes on mine.
Picking the name for a fucking podcast
Podcast.
group, it's so hard, dude.
Yeah.
Shit. We keep calling ourselves
Fucking-
the little this or the boys. The
Let's just go to
something.
AI, dude. Let's just go to AI and have AI generate
J-
for us.
What's that called? JPT or is it chat?
GBT?
Yeah, there you go. There
Yeah,
you go.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So we're trying to figure out a name. Yeah, I don't know, man.
We'll see. We'll see when we post this, dude. We'll,
I think-
maybe we'll
think-
post it with a name. You know?
Yeah. There has been podcast episodes or podcasters that their first few episodes they don't have a name yet, and I think it's because of those first few episodes where they kind of see what's the vibe, and that was easier to come up with the name after that. So I think that could be the case for us.
Yeah. Well, we're
know?
cool guys. I mean, we're open to any conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, I shared my
Yeah.
story about a man grabbing my hand.
Yeah.
Pretty weird,
Yeah.
you know.
It was weird.
But I was there to get sea moss, man. That's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get healthy, bro.
Back to the sea moss.
Back to sea moss. I hear it's powerful, man.
It
it's
is.
a powerful thing.
It is.
And I've been taking that supplement. I've been taking on it.
Yeah, there you go.
And
How do you feel?
better than I was before. I've been
That's good.
taking these mushrooms called it's for the memory.
Okay.
It's called Lion's Mane.
Okay.
You heard
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got these tinctures, so I could just. It tastes like tequila shots, dude.
Okay.
Swear.
Yeah, dude, it's horrible, dude. I just you're just like yeah.
So what supplements and like what are you taking right now?
So I'm taking on it. I'm taking sea moss. Oh, it's called Irish sea moss, right? And the mushroom tinctures. What's it called again?
They're like little droplets?
Yeah, the droplets. Yeah,
Yeah.
the little droplets. It's a mushroom. Lion's Mane. Lion's Mane.
So you're taking a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, man. I feel like I'm unhealthy. You
Yeah.
know, like I come from a family of diabetics.
Oh.
So, our
You know
eating
what?
my eating habits are horrible too, bro. I'll go to sleep eating at 9 or 10.
Is it
Yeah,
an
that's
age?
bad.
That's
like,
bad.
Not to be
I'm
like
old,
like
dude.
Is it I was gonna say, is it an age thing where like you're being concerned about your age and your health? Where like let me treat my body right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm not shitting the same, man. I'm not pooping like I pooped when I was 20.
Do you drink a lot of water?
You know what? I'm not conscious about it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's people like me that could live without water.
Oh no, that much water.
Oh, that means no.
Yeah, that's probably your boots have been dry, bro.
It's horrible, dude.
It's getting stuck.
It's bad, man. It's getting bad. And on top of that, I stopped smoking weed. I found
good.
taking a
you
break.
go.
Well, I wouldn't say break. Is there a clapping button on that shit?
Maybe.
There you go. Hey, give it up for me.
There you go.
It's
Le ganas.
it's a journey, man, because I smoked a lot, and I guess to a point that my brain, my personality, it just got fixed on it. So for a second, when I was off it, I'm like, what, like that extra boost I got? It was almost like a coffee for me.
There you go.
It was like the dopamine levels, all the receptors were just boosting out. Now I'm back to normal, dude, and it's not looking Slow, dude.
I mean,
Slow.
I have nothing against weed.
Yeah, you do.
And all that.
He does.
I don't have nothing against it.
I
It's
don't know.
just I do believe that it's not for everyone.
Yeah. Same
not
thing
for
with
everyone.
alcohol, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, too much of anything can be bad.
Right.
Anything, it doesn't matter what it is.
Right.
Even water.
Too much water could kill you.
Yeah.
Because you could drown.
You could drown.
There you go.
Damn.
There you say my reference right there. Yeah, so with all those supplements, are you getting harder?
Well, boners, waking up with the, morning woods are happening.
There you go.
I'm like, whoa, dude, it's like a fucking lightsaber in my hand. It's thick lightsaber. Well, yeah, dude, it's looking good. It's looking
Nice
good.
and strong?
Nice and strong. It bothers me when I'm driving. Sometimes I'm thinking I'm driving stick shift.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Do you guys ever like get those morning boners where you wake up fucking 2 a.m, you gotta go pee, but you have a morning boner?
Oh, dude,
and
yeah.
you're peeing like this?
On the side.
Yeah.
Like that? Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Irvin? Did you pee?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has happened. You know,
Do you?
like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like it's like we're like, bro, what the heck? I need to go pee. I want to go to sleep.
I peed
Yeah.
myself. I peed all over the place and shit.
Yeah.
Like, where's the thing now?
you guys ever get so lazy where it's a work day, whatever, right? And you gotta wake up, go to work. It's like fucking it's 5 o'clock in the morning, right? And you don't wake up. Your alarm doesn't go off until like what, 6:30 ish around there.
Right.
And you're like, I don't want to get up. I have to pee. Me wanto. You
Okay.
know, like I'll go pee when the alarm goes off.
Okay.
But then when the alarm goes off, you're like, oh, I gotta go, and it's
What?
like super long.
What, you pee yourself?
Nah,
Okay.
hell, nah.
That's what you were going for, man.
No.
You should have just started up. You ever pee yourself?
Have you ever?
Yes, I peed. The oldest I pissed myself because I had a dream. I remember this dream. I was like 16. And this dream, I was on a boat on a cruise. And I'm looking for a bathroom. And in the dream, I was like, I can't find the bathroom. So I go over to the balcony of the boat and start peeing into the ocean. And then I wake up. I peed myself.
No.
There's pee everywhere. So that was the last time I pissed myself.
Damn.
I mean, I used to have a problem pissing myself when I laughed so hard. I used to be that kid. I used to be like,
you were that kid?
I was just like, oh, I can't.
Don't make me laugh this hard.
Don't let me laugh. I'm just laughing so hard. And then I'm like, fuck it. This is too funny.
And you, Irvin?
Nah, I don't remember. I wasn't that kid. Bro.
Irvin's like, nah, I didn't pee the bed. I used to shit myself.
Oh shit.
But, I haven't had a good laugh like that in a long time, man.
Yeah.
Those are rarity, those laughing things, man. Like, laughter's beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I love laughing.
Laughing's beautiful. And as I get older, I laugh less. It's fucked up. But hey, maybe these supplements will help me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if it's making you bricked up.
Yeah,
So
right.
Yeah, it
What
starts
was
with
the actual final thought of you actually stopping though? Because once again, I'm not against it, and I'm not towards it as far as when it comes to smoking weed. I used to smoke weed.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm either or. Like if you're using it in a way where it's you're not craving, I would say, like every day or every hour or whenever, like however, I don't know how much you were smoking, but what was it? Was it becoming a distraction to you where you're just thinking about it too much, or were you seeing a fogginess, or were you just kind of like, let me see how this kind of could work if I stop?
I think the number one was the body aches. I think because I didn't drink enough water probably. And I just had horrible body aches. My body felt like if I had a hangover, dude. It was so bad from the back of my cranium and my back of my spine, my leg cramps. I just felt like an old, shriveled up man. My body hurted so much. So that's why I was like, I hate feeling this way. You get the high, you feel good, everything's great, like everything's beautiful, and then the coming down part, it's just my body started aching, and I was like, I can't. I want to sleep earlier. Like I need to take a nap. I can't go out throughout the whole day. Half of the day, I need to take a nap.
you take naps?
Not anymore. With these supplements, I'm fucking 100%, bro.
Fucking bricked up.
I'm
bro.
fucking running with the boner. Watch out. Yeah, my dick's going everywhere. But so that was the main reason why I wanted to stop. And the second reason was like, I my whole attitude, my personality, my ideas. I always think that marijuana gave me these spontaneous and creative ideas, and it does because all these chemicals are running at 100% speed. You know, and so inspiration came faster. I felt more motivated. Boom, ready to go. And I got to the point of like, wait, what? I'm only this with this. So I was just like, I can't. I don't want. I felt like guilty as an artist. Like this shouldn't be something that without it, I should feel the same way.
You're becoming dependent on it.
Yeah. In other words, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just wanted to feel myself again. I just wanted to feel natural, how I was. God made me to be.
Yeah, and I think this is one of the topics that I do want to bring up when it comes to health. I think for me, right now, just because I've been so busy for the last 2 weeks, I haven't really been able to go to the gym as much as I would want to.
Right.
I normally go in the morning, but of course, I wake up and I start working, or if not, travel far and then come to the studio. And like right now, this is late. For me, it's late. Right. I should be in my bed already. I should be sleeping. I'm tired, bro. But it is what it is. You want to do something, you have to go for it. I have to put some sacrifices in to whatever you think you should prioritize, and it is what it is. I love doing this, and I love having you guys here. So unfortunately, my pattern of sleep right now has kind of like drifted a little bit where I'm not able to go to the gym, and I think that's something that I'm missing right now. But I think, and I congratulate you for actually now keeping your health in mind, because whenever I bring in anyone into my circle, it's almost like I want to keep you around as long as I can. But there's only so much that I could do to provide you something as far as like when it comes to conversation, and then if not, my surrounding of within my little circle,
you hear that?
So that I could keep you healthy.
Wow.
So that you could stay here longer. And that's kind of like a selfish way of thinking, though.
You hear that?
You hear that, Enrique? You're in the circle.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, man.
You're
I
in the healthy circle.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah. Appreciate that.
But yeah, I do congratulate that. And like I said, I don't condemn those that smoke weed. I just, for me, like Rhymes had said, sometimes when you're doing something too much, it could be now a hindrance as far as like what you were thinking that it was providing you, the positives. And I think if you were just kind of already finding yourself where your body was aching, and it's probably because you were dehydrated too.
Yeah.
And weed technically, takes that hydration as far as like what your liquids are in your body and your brain too. And you're probably just needing water too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I congratulate you on that, and keep taking those vitamins too, because I'm a big supplement guy too.
Yeah.
It's something that I don't get sick, just taking care of myself, eating somewhat healthy, because I'm not going to say I eat like the best that I should, but I try my best to be conscious of that stuff as well.
That's the part, being conscious, man. Like I eat late. Yeah. You guys eat late? What's the latest you guys eat?
I got used to eating no later than 6.
See, that's perfect.
Oh shoot! I eat to go to sleep.
Oh shit!
That's your NyQuil, man. Food.
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy. Me too. I'm not gonna laugh at you because I don't.
But that is when you guys were growing up, right? You got used to eating dinner late.
There was no rules.
Okay.
Nobody told us it's bad.
Okay. So see, for us, our dinner was at 3:30.
Oh.
Yeah, so nothing after 3:30. Everything else is like somewhat of a snack. So we'll get cereal around 5 or 6, and that's it.
Wow. And then you never get hungry after those hours?
I think it's because we gotten used to it. So your body kind of gets used to that idea. You're gonna rest. So why are you gonna put energy in your body? And then you're sleeping. So where's that going? It's becoming fat now.
Right.
So and then you're waking up and then eating breakfast again, and then of course breakfast is technically junk food half the time.
Your body's going through a process of like, you're making the extra work for your body, right? As it's processing and breaking down the foods where your brain should be being cleansed and cleaned. Damn, I'm messing up, bro. I'm fat. I got a belly, bro. Let me see if I can pull up. Look at this, man. I got a dad body, dude. Look at this shit.
Well, you are a dad.
There you go.
I am a dad, guys. But like, fuck, dude. Look at this. My mom's like, "Mijo, that stomach scares me." I'm like, yeah, me too, mom. Fuck, dude. They want me to. She wants me to go to the doctor so they can stick a fucking camera,
my goodness,
up your ass,
so they can check what's going on.
It's the food, bro.
It's the food.
It's the food.
Check your colon.
And people think I drink beer. I don't drink beers only on special occasions, But like people think it's a beer belly, but no, dude, it's You know, I got a
It's
flat.
a dad bod, bro.
If you look at me from the back, I look skinny as fuck, dude. Like, wow, look at that. Oh no, he turned around.
I was like, oh shit.
What the fuck is that? You know, it's fucked up, dude.
But it's probably your mobility throughout the day, though. Like literally, what you're doing throughout the day will affect how your body is and being, I guess, shaped.
Yeah, I'm being shaped.
So if you're sitting down half the time, where's it going?
No, dude,
it's gravity, bro. Your legs aren't
It's
letting you go
gravity
down
right now.
it's horrible, man. I need to lose weight. I'm doing the first part, is being conscious about it. Need to be conscious more about not eating at night.
You said you're going to the gym too.
I'm going to the gym
There you
too,
go.
man. I've been,
Congratulations.
There you go.
I used to be funny about it. I'm doing my old man workouts. And then people are like, what do you mean old man workouts? Sauna and jacuzzi in the pool.
Okay.
That's all. That's all I did.
There you go.
And barely
Babe,
move around.
Just floating and shit. People getting mad. Get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, trying to get my workout in, old man.
Hey, as long as you're going through a process right now where you're once again consciously actually thinking about it, I think little by little you'll start to gravitate to do a little bit more harder things. But right now, what you should be doing is what you should be doing. It's exactly what you're doing. Actually, what I meant to say is actually just going to the gym. And then from there, your body starts to develop the habit of getting there. A lot of people kind of go backwards, so where they get to the gym, they do a lot of exercises and they get super sore and they get unmotivated and they're like, you know what, I don't want to go anymore. And it's only been like 2 weeks. So what you're doing is just building the habit, of actually getting to the gym, which is really good.
That's the first thing. The first step. Getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a hard step.
it's a hard step.
Yeah, it's like a little hill you got to get over. But then after that hill, you get your
You're
momentum
there.
going, you know, and it becomes easy, and your body wants to work out.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you beat your meat in the morning?
Hell no, I don't have time.
Really? You know?
I gotta wake up and go to work. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his exercise?
That's his exercise. I used to, yeah,
Oh, shit. Not the ending.
yeah, man. I don't know why. I thought you were the type of guy that just wakes up.
Do you be your me?
He's like, every morning, bro.
Every morning, I was like, that's
Every
kind of like
morning.
oh, I guess I'll do it. It's like brushing my teeth.
I mean, with all those supplements, you're getting hard. So
I got to put all that extra energy somewhere, man. Yeah, dude.
That's funny, bro.
It's crazy, dude.
No, congratulations, though. I just want to congratulate you on that. This is one of
Yeah.
those things that I do admire.
yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. So, you know, throughout the whole podcast of the show, you know, like
You'll see the transformation.
transformation.
You'll be as skinny as Rams later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to gain weight.
You're trying to gain weight.
I'm trying to gain weight.
Already.
I'm a slender guy. My whole life, I've had like fast metabolism. It's always been hard for me to gain weight.
Okay.
You know, I think right now I'm like barely noticing. I think it's because of my age. Probably my metabolism's starting to slow down. You know, it's barely at that part.
How old are you?
34.
Damn.
Hey, you
I knew,
barely
damn, man. I knew he was gonna do
You
that.
got Benjamin Button disease, man.
I knew he was gonna do that.
Yeah.
Bendness?
And yeah, I think
that's crazy.
I'm barely noticing like I have a little bit more meat on me, but maybe to other people they still see
Mascarne.
me. They still see me.
I see a body that I want.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. for that.
You know what I mean? That's
yeah,
right.
I mean, I know that subconsciously, like they wish they had my body. You know? I know that.
Who are these
Yeah,
people?
like,
Who are these people?
I've had like fat friends
Okay. they're
try to
fat.
clown on me.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, nah, bro. I know deep down
Yeah,
you
yeah,
wish you had my body.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Are you a cardio guy?
Somewhat.
Okay.
I like to ride bikes.
Okay.
Yo, you're a bike guy.
Yeah, I have a fixie bike. Yeah, that's my type.
Fixie bikes, dude.
Yeah,
that
that's
was a
my
trend.
type. That's my type of cardio.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
tight. You ride your bike to work?
I used to actually. My job used to be literally down the street from my house.
Wow.
I used to take my bike. Yeah.
Yeah, biking's dangerous, dude.
Yeah, it can be.
think it's a
can
very
be.
dangerous
It
thing
can
to
be.
do.
Yeah.
Get hit by a car, it's over, dude.
It's got dark real quick.
Oh, I almost got hit by a car, but yeah.
You
You,
did?
you always get hit by somebody, bro. Every time I
Well, yeah,
we
life is
talk
about
like
being
that.
hit and getting up and
Jesus
know what's that Rocky Balboa. Life is getting like he knocked you down, get back up. You never seen that one?
Where is that? The sixth one?
I think the one with
His son. His
No,
son.
when you scream at his
Yeah,
son.
that's
You know,
the sixth.
his son's like, "Why are you gonna fight again, Dad?
Yeah.
You get knocked down. You get back up.
Oh shit! Just like the movie.
Yeah, that's my life, dude. It's like Rocky lives in my head and shit.
There you go. But has that experience as far as like, because I know you've told stories on my pod,
Yeah.
and also when we hang out, last time we were at Denny's,
Yeah.
you were telling me another story where there's a girl that bullied you. I'm like,
Yeah,
bro, like
a girl's bullied me a
how
lot.
many people have been bullying you your whole life?
I don't know. I thought it was normal. Don't kids get bullied throughout their whole lives or what? No? You never got bullied?
I'm pretty sure. No, I know I did. I know I did, but it was in elementary. It's like
Did it stop there?
yeah, because that's where you start to develop this personality of the defense. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Why is this happening? And then you start getting a little bit more like, okay, I need to develop some sort of attitude to now not allow this to happen anymore. But I think it was like maybe second grade or first grade, I would say.
So you learned early, dude. Yeah, not me, man.
You were too nice?
I was too nice. Believe it or not, I was too nice. I don't know. I just wanted to be friends with everybody. I was giving. I was a sensitive kid. I wanted to make people laugh. I wanted to care for things. And then, people just, growing up, there's kids that are fucked up. You come from fucked up homes and take advantage of you and treat you like shit. Like this one girl, Tamika. She stole my tickets. We used to get tickets at the end of the day to get a reward, and she stole them.
Tamika.
She looked like Queen Latifah, too.
Oh, my God.
Tamika, Queen Latifah.
Tamika, Queen Latifah girl.
She was gonna find you, bro.
She was big.
She was gonna find you.
She was
Tamika.
big.
Yeah, find you.
And I was hanging out with my crush, and then we're hanging out. This is elementary school, getting our lunch, and she just comes up to me. She comes up, hey, let me get those tickets. And I'm like, no, they're mine. I'm gonna get the Scooby-Doo bus. And she's like, I said, give me those tickets. And I was like, and I'm looking at the girl, like, is she not gonna say anything? And she just looked at me, and I'm like,
She didn't want to get her ass kicked, bro.
she don't. No girl wants to get in a fight. So
Yeah, they're not confrontational.
Yeah, girls are not
No, they're not
confrontational.
confrontational.
That sucks. I like a woman that's confrontational though.
I know you probably want someone to beat your ass.
I always tell my mother growing up, I'm gonna get a black girlfriend one day because they're so confrontational. They always want them by your side most of the time. You know?
Yeah.
Especially when you get your food order wrong. They're right there to fight for you.
They'll get it right for you.
Yeah, they'll get it right for you, man. They don't fuck around with their food. Hey, or no.
Yeah.
But,
You developed early though when you were younger because you had mentioned your first crush or your crush in elementary, right?
Elementary school, yeah.
Were you that type of guy where you're like already falling in love with that little girl in your first grade or second grade class?
Yeah, this one particular girl, it was weird, dude. We're sitting next to each other, and for some reason, I don't know how it got to the point where she stabbed me with her pencil.
Oh my goodness! Bro.
And I'm like, is this love?
Oh my!
And she just kept going deeper. I'm like, I think she likes me.
What the? Bro, I think
What
you
did
like
she do?
it.
Like carve "I like you" in
No,
your
she
hand?
just had it in there, and she just started smiling, and I was like, okay. Whatever you want, baby. That was fucked up. I know.
That was your first love.
That was my first love, man.
Pain?
And the weird part was like she had a distinct smell. I don't know what it was.
You liked it.
I smelled her, and it was weird. I don't
You
know.
liked it.
No se bañó.
I don't know. She had a distinct smell.
Like
She
what?
had a stench.
She had a stench, but it's funny because
Yeah.
it's a family friend. So we used to go to her house,
Yeah.
and I used to smell that smell. And like when she'll bring that smell. That was weird, dude. I don't know. There was this particular smell, like Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese has a particular smell, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Pizza.
Blockbuster,
Yeah,
Chuck E.
Blockbuster.
Cheese,
Yeah, yeah,
Pizza Hut,
yeah.
all that.
Yeah, so
the theaters.
She had
the
her
mall.
own. She had her own fucking the mall.
Yeah.
So she had her own unique smell. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can relate.
Did you tell her?
No, I didn't tell. One time my friend fucked me up, man, because I was best friends with her brother, and we had like AOL chat or something. I don't know what it was, but
Oh, that's a throwback.
he
old.
he was pretending to be her. And he goes, I like you. And I like you too since, elementary school.
Oh my
and he replies, sister lover.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God,
you fucking
no.
asshole. What a dick.
Oh shit!
That was embarrassing.
What was her name?
I'm not saying her
What
name.
was her
dude.
name, bro?
No, man, no.
This is
man.
an open podcast.
I guess so, man. Her name was Jessica, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
Te va a encontrar.
She's married now. She moved on, but
It's all right. You can still got a chance.
no. But like, yeah, that was my thing, man. It was
Okay.
weird. So that was my love story at elementary school.
Elementary school. You started young, bro.
Yeah.
You started very young.
Yeah. good times.
Good times. It sounds terrible.
Sounds horrible.
Sounds painful.
It sounds very
Getting
painful.
stabbed in your hand.
Yeah, she was just, just like, okay, this is love.
Now we're a couple.
Now we're couples. It's weird, dude. I don't know.
That sucks.
I hope she's not stabbing her husband.
Yeah.
But one thing I wanted to get out of the way is you mentioned this podcast. We're talking about podcasting, but Toast to Life. What can you tell me about that? What can you tell me
Give
about?
me an effect.
Give me the scary
Give me
effect.
something.
Where is the scary
I don't
effect?
care. Just give me
one?
something.
We're
We're learning. We're new.
that one.
Yeah,
Sure,
you can
why
do
not?
that.
Sure,
Yeah.
why
All right.
Let's do that one.
All right.
Tell me about you're a podcast guy. You going around. You're trying to network in the world
I
podcasting.
think Rams is more of the podcaster when it comes to more of the independent podcasters. As far as like independent, meaning the coming ups of the podcast.
Yeah.
Because I could honestly say he's more of a fanatic of podcasting than I am when it comes to that type of archetype of podcasters. I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan.
Right.
So what am I going to do? I'm going to listen to his episodes, like everything that's coming up, regardless if it's a comedian, regardless if it's a doctor, a psychologist, whomever comes through, I'm going to listen to it. So of course his podcast is fairly long, and I don't have time to do anything else as far as like what I do is it's like just work.
Right.
So I don't have the time that he has, I would say, to listen to these new podcasters.
Yeah, especially Ramsey wants to network. That's how you
Yeah,
network
exactly.
in the podcast world. You gotta.
And I think it's a great idea though.
Hey,
you
what's
know?
up? I like your stuff. Hey, repost. There's a
Yeah.
method on how you get. You gotta. That's how you network. So
Yeah.
you're out there working, man. You're out there getting
Thank
people.
you.
Streets.
Thank you.
Respects, bro.
Thank you.
And yeah, that's cool. So you know what's up in the streets of the podcast world.
Yeah. I know what's
I feel
going
like
on.
you're nervous about talking to this. I want them to be on my show. I don't want to talk shit about them.
No, he's just a newscaster, just the news. This is a segment of news.
Yeah.
Within the podcast world.
Yeah,
Go.
tell us what's up with the tones.
and
What'd you
now-
hear about them,
Yeah,
man?
they're gonna hate us now, and we just started.
We'll do our
man.
best not to get you blackballed by them.
Because those guys follow us.
Yeah.
Well, do they follow this pod?
Yeah,
No,
they don't
okay,
follow
there,
this
there,
part.
there, there.
So let's talk about
We'll
that.
tag
man.
them. Don't
But
worry
he's
about
gonna
it.
know, like, hey, that's that guy from Shade of Brown. I know that guy.
You hurt me.
Yeah.
Tell me about these guys. You listen to them, right?
Yeah, I do. There are podcasts more for like inspiration to push you to move forward. They have that kind of style.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, that's their style.
Is it every episode?
Literally every episode.
We talk about
So-
motivational,
Motivational.
emotional.
So it's basically the topic that they just. That's it. That's their little box.
That's their niche.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They always have like a certain guest where had a rough upbringing and they eventually become into something and then they talk about that, this and that. Yeah. And that's their whole podcast. You know, Toast to Life. Shout out to Toast to
Toast
Life.
to life.
I guess it fits in with the name.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, yeah.
Amazon.
Amazon.
And Amazon. Let's go.
Yeah.
So they're emotional. So what if they have you on? They want you to cry and
Fuck,
Bro,
dude.
he's cried on my podcast already. God.
what is that? Like it's like a requirement to be on their podcast. Hey, we need you to cry. This is the only way we can
Yeah.
get this shit going.
Like,
They're
what
big?
are
They're
your-
big?
They're big.
Okay.
They're doing very well.
Okay, that's good.
I'll give them that. You know,
Okay.
whatever that they're doing it right.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say for me, my opinion, it gets old fast.
Okay.
It gets old real fast.
Crying and shit, talking
Yeah,
about emotions.
yeah.
So they actually do cry?
Yeah. They
Some
do
of
a
them.
lot of crying.
Yeah, there's some episodes where they get emotional.
Yeah.
A guest.
No, everybody. Everybody.
random.
Are they
Yeah.
dudes?
Yeah, they're a
They're
bunch
all
of
dudes and
buff dudes.
buff dudes.
I have to see this.
Buff dudes crying, bro.
And I think what causes all this emotions is that they're drinking. They're fucked up.
yeah, they're drinking.
They slur. The guy's slurring towards the end. He's like, all right, everybody's with tears in his eye. Call it a day.
Yeah.
They're all fucked up, dude.
Yeah. They do drink a lot.
Okay.
They do.
But they're cool. I like that.
Cool guys.
I don't know how I would do in their show. Like they have me as a guest.
I
You're
mean,
laughing that they're crying.
Hey, you're crying.
Yeah.
Why are you crying?
Cool
bro?
guys though. At the end of the day, the cool guys. You know, on my podcast page on TikTok, randomly found them on the guy was live.
Okay.
I think his name, his IG name. I don't know if it's his real name, Dusko. I think that's his name.
Dusko.
The main guy. Yeah, he was live, and I went on and I said, "What's up?" He said, "Hey, what's up, man? Oh, I seen you guys stuff. Everybody follow their page."
That's
so.
tight.
So he's a
Respect.
cool guy. He's
That's
a cool
tight.
guy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I love that.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'll give him that. You know, he's nice.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, he's he's Latino too. So
Yeah.
I saw the post that they put where they call their dads and shit.
I saw that one too.
Daddy,
Yeah.
¿qué pasó, mijo? I just want to tell you I love you.
No me digas mamadas, güey.
That's what I was waiting for. Man. I was waiting for that. Of all your brothers, I knew you were the pussy.
Sabía que tú eras maricón. Yeah.
Yeah, they made everybody call their dads, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, it's gonna make you do some shit like that.
Bro, would you be able to do that? Like call up your pops? They say they invite you
Uh-huh.
Nah, I
and
wouldn't
be
do
like, "Hey, bro, we have this segment. We're all gonna call our dads."
that. Nah.
Urban's like, I'm not calling my fucking dad.
No, if I was gonna do something like that, I wouldn't want to do it for viewership. I think that's more personal.
Right.
Kudos to them if they're wanting to do stuff like that because maybe it's a platform that encourages them to, I don't know, whatever they're wanting to become more open or more modern or whatever, more emotional towards whatever they're trying to get into. I've never seen their pod. I've never heard their pod. I'm only going off of the references and of course what you guys are talking about. Me personally, that's too personal for me, especially being in the Hispanic culture. I think that's something that my dad's not going to really understand. Even if I do it in person, it's going to be like what did he say? Because it's the connection that we have between our fathers.
Yeah.
You have a glitch. Your
Yeah,
dad's
Dude.
like,
and then just to do it on like online or for people to watch that, I'm pretty sure it's just your dad's gonna be like, "What the heck did you just do to me?"
Yeah, I already know. Like they said, like if I was on that,
yeah, well, you do
on that
it.
episode, and they told me to do that,
Yeah, dude.
I'll be like, I'll do it, but don't get mad if like this ain't content worthy, all right? Because my dad is very like
Dry.
He's dry.
Yeah.
So I'll play your dad. You call me.
I'll be like ring.
Ajá. Bueno, mijo.
Hey, pa.
Sí. ¿Qué pasó?
Aquí estoy en un podcast.
Sí, mijo. ¿Qué pasó?
¿Sabes que soy podcast? Un podcaster, pa.
Sí, esas pendejadas. ¿Qué pasó, mijo? Tu podcast. ¿Qué pasó?
Pa, no son pendejadas.
Okay,
Me gusta
¿qué pasó,
mucho.
mijo? Tengo un trabajo ahorita. ¿Qué quieres?
Mira, nomás te quería decir. Oh, what do I tell him? Oh, okay. Te quiero mucho, pa.
Okay, mijo. I'll talk to you later. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Basically, that, and I'll be like, I'm sorry, guys. I told y'all.
what you guys want me to do?
Yeah, what do you want me to do? Yeah.
Now start crying.
Yeah.
Get those tears, bro.
What if those tears are fake? They switch the camera and they put water in the fucking eyes.
A little, like,
That's fucked up. Yeah, man. I don't know. But that's cool, man.
Yeah, I have to check them out. I have to see. I'm down to give them a chance as far as like podcasters, local podcasters. I'm
Yeah.
down to. Always,
that's their niche.
Yeah.
Are they local?
No, LA based.
okay.
Yeah. Kudos to them. They're doing something right. People like it.
Yeah.
I got no hate on that. It's just maybe
That's cool. That's their niche.
It's
That's
their
niche.
demographic is that.
That's cool. I got mine. You got yours. You got yours. Everyone has their niche. But yeah,
That's cool.
That's cool, man.
Toast to what? Toast to life?
yeah. A toast to life.
Yeah. And I mean, I was trying to find that sound that they play all the time. That piano sound.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're like, dee, dee, dee.
It's always the same sounds. I'm sorry. Yeah, that right there.
always the same fucking sound.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. It's always like the same 4 or 3.
Pew, pew.
Yeah.
That's so sad as shit.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit.
Does they have an Instagram?
Yeah,
Yeah, they
dude. You
have
got to
Instagram.
follow.
Yeah.
I have to check them out.
They have Instagram.
I have to check them out. Yeah, because I'm more like your energy thing that you had brought up in the beginning of the pod. I'm more of the body language too. Okay, I'm gonna now analyze everything, and I'm not trying to go off of the negative as far as like, hey, maybe it is fake, because I don't know, but I'm telling you now, I'm good at it. As far as like if I go on and I see a pattern, and it's very easy to detect certain patterns, I'm like, okay, this is not genuine because they're not pushing it. Now, this is not going. I'm not trying to throw shade on church either because this is where I'm coming from.
Okay.
I'm a musician. I know how this works. There's a pattern when it comes to music. I already understood when the pastor wanted me to play certain chords, play certain melodies on my guitar, play the ambient sound on the guitar where there's a lot of reverb and delay,
It's like,
and maybe a little
Mijo,
synthesizer.
we're gonna make him cry right now.
But I already understood the dialogue where it was going because music and of course the dialogue does affect how other people are affecting, just like movies, colors, and everything else.
Yeah.
So it's fairly simple because I come in from marketing. So I'm just saying if I do go on and I listen, now I see a pattern, I'm like, okay, I won't say anything. It's their thing, but you catch on to certain things. So that's all I would say as far as like, because I have no
You're not
experience.
gonna participate.
Yeah,
in
because I have no experience and I
Yeah.
have no idea what it is. So
And you also never shed a tear after like
No,
more
I
than
don't-
20 years.
No, I don't cry, bro.
Yeah, I believe you, man.
Herbert's gonna be that dry dad.
Damn,
I'm a man, bro.
Aquí no con esa pendejada.
Aquí no, mijo.
When there's some tears, you better fill the pool, mijo.
Yeah, aquí es puro hombre aquí. Toma un chela aquí.
Yo, I got this story, man. There was going around TikTok. It's basically a story about a man that loves his wife so much, right? He's been married probably for over like 20 years or more. This is a high school sweethearts. And one day, the wife gets into a car accident. And she doesn't die,
Okay.
but she becomes paraplegic. She becomes a vegetable.
Okay.
And he loves her so much, and he takes care of her, wipes her ass, takes her, feeds her, tube feeding and all that, showers her, basically does the whole thing.
Okay.
Loves her. So it was their anniversary. So he was going to do a special gift where he was going to make a collage. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to go through her phone and pick all the favorite photos of us together. You know,
Oh my goodness! I just saw Ryan, his face. I'm like, bro.
you know where this is going
I
now.
was like, bro.
I just straight out looked at Irvin. I was like,
we're taking we're gonna give you a bath right now.
Yo, so you know where this is going.
Oh shit!
So
Shit, bro.
So basically what happens here is like he goes through all the photos and he starts looking at certain photos and then certain screenshots of like messages that she was texting. And he's like, you know what? This is a weird text message screenshot. You know, sometimes on your iPhone you accidentally screenshot things.
Yeah.
So it was an accidentally screenshot, of the text message. And he goes through her text messages and he found a conversation she was having with a different man.
oh no.
Mind you, again, that this guy was
Doing everything.
doing everything for several years already.
several years.
Several years after the accident.
Hell no.
And this is their anniversary.
Oh hell no, bro.
He's gonna do something special. So
Hell
what?
no.
So what he does is get those photos, try to find the photos, and he sees a screenshot of the text messages, and he goes, "You know what? I'm gonna see the text messages." So he goes through the text messages, and he sees the message that she was texting another man. Messages like, "I love you. I can't wait to see you." Call me baby in the bed, call me daddy or
hell
some shit
no.
like that. And he was like, what the fuck? I've been wiping your ass.
I got shit in my hand for you, man.
Shit in my pants, man. So, the last text message was the one before she got in a car accident is the guy saying, I need you right now. Come to me.
Oh,
and
shit.
she's like, on my way. And that was the last text message that she did before the car accident. She sped, I guess, past the red light and crashed and died. Not died,
It
but
adds up. It adds up.
dude, like the question is that what will you do after that?
I la dejo, bro. I la dejo. Find your legs after that.
Find your legs,
I'm
dude.
out. You're the keys.
Damn, high school sweethearts, man, and then she do you like that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because there is a lot of stories going around now that, because now nothing's really private anymore. Of course, guys were always guys, even back in the day where they had their side pieces, from the other town, and no one was really saying a lot because now they didn't have cell phones. No one was really taking the pictures. And, of course, now everything's fairly public. So unfortunately, everything's out in the open. Something's always going to reveal. It's going to be revealed if you even try to hide it. So that's the unfortunate reality that we're kind of living now. Like, hey, maybe it's just not guys too. It's these girls are kind of going around, bro. Like I'm a little suspect now.
They ain't
'Cause even
shit,
when,
man.
Even when you were
They ain't
saying
shit.
even when you were saying the story, what did we do? Basically, we kind of just connected on that same thought. I'm like, bro, I
Yeah.
know where this is going. I know where
Knowing Enrique and then knowing you, I was like, he was telling us, and like, bruh.
Yeah, you know where this is going. Yeah, it's like you said, now that the internet's a thing and social media, now start seeing the other side of things. You know, I guess back in the day, you know, for good reason, some women were looked at as, you know, the victims at some point, you know? When bad relationships happen, the girl will be like, oh my God, he was an asshole. And you're like, everybody like, oh, poor girl, you know? But now it's like, wait, let's just take a minute here. What really happened? You're telling me how bad the person was, the man was? How bad were you?
Yeah, they fall into the victim mentality because, you know, we did hear those stories of, you know, like when, you know, like even further than our mom's generations where, you know, like either our grandfathers or great grandfathers had behaved and stuff, which is unfortunate. It does happen or it has happened, but they fall into the narrative of like now because it's happened, it's me too. It's my experience. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to basically do whatever I want and do whatever I want and then play the victim afterwards if I get caught.
Yeah.
And it's just unfortunate, you know, it's just the reality of what it is. You just have to take it as what reality is. Unfortunately, you know, like both parties are both to blame, guys and women, you know, like, you know, we just playing the game that neither of us are benefiting at this point. So I don't know. Sucks to be that guy.
Sucks to be that guy, dude. It sucks, man. Ramsey, what will you do, man? Would beat the fuck out of her while she's all laid?
Bro, she won't feel it.
Clean your own shit, you
Wrap her arm like
rub shit in her face.
Oh no.
And she's just like,
I'll probably it's gonna sound bad. I probably would leave her.
Yeah.
I probably would. Yeah.
How will you tell her parents?
I'll show him.
I'll just be like,
I'll show him everything, bro.
here's everything.
Here's the proof. Or I did what I can.
Can someone
Peace out.
paralyzed? They could still like.
Yeah, their brain still
I'll
functions.
probably should.
Big screen.
Yeah. Just
probably-
look.
Fuck, dude.
I'll
That's
probably
it.
put them on posters and just all over the room and then leave.
I'll sign her up for the Elon Musk Neuralink
Yeah, the
chip. Bitch, you better find out I dumped. I'm gonna come bring you back to life to dump
Oh
you.
my god.
Shit.
Disconnect them. I'm leaving your ass. Disconnect.
Or just leave a video already recorded when she turns on and shit. It's just you
God.
in a video. I found your text messages, bitch.
So what was the end of the article? What happened?
The guy left her. He told the parents,
All right.
parents, and he
Good
said
job.
the family members like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, that's good.
But
But live your life.
You know, one of the things he said is like, you know, I read those text messages and, you know, the things that I want to do with you out there in Paris and Italy, you did it with that man, not with me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Some bullshit. I give you everything.
Yeah.
You want to do those things that I want to do.
He was probably the nice
sexually,
guy,
you know?
bro. He was probably the nice guy.
Yeah.
Nice guy. Nice guys fall into that trap, man.
If it was the other way around, I'm sure that the woman would have left the dude too. So
Yes and no. I think well, now because everything's more modernized, of course, the idea now is that women are more independent, they have their own careers, they have their own jobs. So in reality they could provide for themselves, but if they have kids, it's one of those things like maybe you should just take like some sort of like family counseling or try to fix it because it becomes duty when it comes to actual marriages with a family rather than just it's just myself or it's my self happiness, I guess. And I think a lot of people fall into that idea. I'm like, hey, I'm going to get married and it's all about my still self happiness and her self happiness. And unfortunately, that's where it kind of breaks apart because once you experience marriage, and I've never been married, so I can't really say, you know, that's where you start to really realize, hey, this isn't really what I pictured, you know, as far as like what they sold me.
What they sold me, yeah, the idea of
It's
marriage.
not what it is. It's work. It's commitment. It's, you know, like it's no longer about myself. It's how could I then compromise what my happiness is because I want to keep her happy because I'm trying to make this work. So it's just a lot of things.
Marriage is man-made, right? It's not a thing that was real. Like monogamy is not real. I feel like in the beginning of time, I feel like men from old ancestors had like multiple girls and they just impregnated everybody. There wasn't no, I guess as the modern age came about, there had to be structure and control. So how do we keep everything in line? As keeping men in line by having them having one. It's almost like you dominating the man. He's like, you know, you used to have a lot of women. Now you're going to have one woman.
I think the idea...
It's crazy.
I think the idea became more because there's a percentage of men that were the ones that were actually procreating.
Yeah.
There's a small percentage of men that never get to even have kids. So monogamy technically benefits men that can't have multiple women. So now they're able to then procreate with the women that they can't technically have, because most men, unfortunately, most women won't find most men attractive. So that's the percentage that monogamy, technically, even it doesn't biologically doesn't benefit every man, because we technically want multiple women as far as like when it comes to the biological instincts that we have. But most men can't even get a date. You know, the idea of monogamy or marriage, it technically benefits men when it came
Right.
down to the procreation. Now, when it comes to finances, it benefits women, because technically we want to give what we're technically working for.
You
to
talking
give
more
them.
of, you talking more of the modern part of things, the modern love and modern, the way it became about, right?
Yeah, I was talking about the actual basics.
What happened, the structure, the control of things. But if you think about, I think about it, I'm like on my way over here, I was like, men, like I said, they had multiple partners, and I feel like when control came in, whatever the big hand came in,
Yeah,
it's like,
but once again, the multiple women were only provided towards a small percentage of men.
oh, so you're talking about the alpha?
Yeah,
Was
I'm talking about the guy that was actually able to go hunt, the guy that was able to actually go provide. Same thing right now, it's happening. There's a small percentage of men that are getting most of the women. So if you actually look at the database, the same type of, or the same guy is impregnating the same multiple women. So this one guy is impregnated at 5 to 6 girls, and these 6 girls are not complaining, why are men dogs, why are men cheaters? But in reality, they always go to that same archetype of guy. In reality, they don't see the rest of the guys.
alpha.
They don't see the the guys that are behind the cashier register. They're literally invisible. Most guys are invisible to most women.
Really?
So
They just-
when you're talking about monogamy, as far as like when it comes to marriage, that's what it really does. It balances or evens out things
For the nice guys.
exactly.
So monogamy's for the nice guys.
Yeah.
Damn.
Guys, finish last.
Damn, and it's a great for some, and it's the short end of a stick for others.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn, especially
Yeah.
for the guy that got tricked for,
Yeah.
got screwed over because of that car accident.
And this is something I've never brought up. I maybe had told one of my friends. I think it was Sarah. I usually tell everything to Sarah. I don't know why. I was actually engaged once.
Oh, you
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
big.
yeah, but for me, I was already developed enough where I'm like, bro, like you're not gonna give me what I want, which I told her my, like these are my priorities. You're not gonna give me these things, and it's not gonna work out. Most guys don't have that in them to say these are my priorities if we're gonna get married or if we're gonna go long term. Most guys just fall into the idea I'm gonna die alone, and
most guys go like, well, we'll find that in the journey. It'll eventually,
it happens together.
yeah.
We'll find it together, and then we'll live happily ever
you're
after.
like, I want that shit now.
No, I need it now, because I know how you move. I already know the demographic as far as like when women say certain things, it's just to like sugarcoat things to make it sound nice. And of course they're pretty, they have that advantage.
They can paint a whole picture. They can give you a commercial of your future. With
And
it.
and vice versa with guys. Guys do the same thing. We understand how and what they want to hear because of the movies they see, the
Yes.
books they read. So we understand this stuff. But for me personally, my experience on that experience was, okay, we've already had gone on. We're dating for three years at that point.
Wow.
And I was already telling her, I'm like, okay, this is the plan. Like, if you're gonna give me a kid, yes. If you're not gonna provide me a kid, no. And she said, I don't want to have more kids. I'm like, all right, peace out. And that's what happened.
Deuces.
It was more like, okay, I'm gonna give you everything as far as like what I am growing, but now you have to provide me with something so that I could then leave a legacy. And it's also an instinct when it comes to guys. Not all guys have it. I'm pretty sure most guys have it as far as like they want a kid because they want to see, their offspring
Legacy.
grow. Exactly. And because I am growing something, it became more of that. And it is still that. My number one question, or I would say the number 3 questions that I have when I'm actually seeing or talking to somebody, these questions come up. And if it's a no, it's like, okay, sorry, it's not going to work out.
You know what you want, man.
I do know what I want.
It's a good segue to this because there's a story out there that has to do with a soccer player.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So let's pick it out. So we'll see what you think about it. It's basically about marriage, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. Wife of how would you pronounce that name right there?
Which,
Moral Khan. Morokan.
Marocan.
Yeah, wife of Murakan, soccer star, loses divorce settlement as fortune is in his
I heard
mother's
about
name.
this. I heard about this.
It's basically, he put all his fortune, his house, his cars,
Yeah.
in his mother's name.
Yeah.
That
Smart
is
man.
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, most rich people do that though. They have a lot of assets when they're married. And once again, I hang out with certain people that have money, and they tell me secretly, I'm like, hey, I have this little cash flow just in case, just in case certain things happen. My girl doesn't take this. Or same thing with women too. They do the exact same thing when they're a higher earner. They will do because it comes from logic, and the whole emotional thing as far as like, oh, love's forever. That's an emotional reaction towards what we think love is. I'm like, no, it fades away, and unfortunately things happen. You just never know. You just have to play it safe.
And the funny thing is that the woman he was married to, was 36 years old, and he was 24. He is. So she was older and he was younger, but he was able to play her out, dude.
There you go.
But they're married, and I'm pretty sure he lied to her, right? Like, yeah, baby, everything's under your name, or
I would have. Me personally, I would have. If
Prenup, right?
If the laws go against you, as far as like, or there, it's in Europe, right? As far as like that, would that happen? Because I know that didn't happen here.
Okay, so
Because-
different laws.
Yeah, different laws. As far as like, if you do that here, they'll still take half of your shit, knowing that you did it on purpose.
Wow.
And they'll give it to your ex. Like
Wow.
here, prenups they're not even a security as far as like it's going to benefit you, because they have to be renewed every 2 years.
Subscription and shit.
Yeah, that you have to have. I think we were speaking about this at one point. Where you have to have a camera with a lawyer just to
Wow.
make sure that it doesn't seem like you're forcing her. So there's a big process as far as like, if you're getting married in the Western world, and especially in California and Florida, I believe. The benefits as far as like when the divorce comes and you make the money, it benefits mostly them. And if you want to keep paying them for the rest of your life, you have to take certain steps and precautions, which
Damn.
I know I'm going to do because, bro.
So if your girl tells you, if you got to get married with the girl, right? You got to tell her, I need a prenup.
Oh, yeah.
You got to tell her, I need a prenup.
I have.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And how do you take it?
So the last girl that I was dating, she had money. So
Okay.
once again, they move differently.
So they were okay about it.
No,
like,
they're the
understood.
ones that understand the logics, because
Right.
it takes making money is hard. And I don't understand this idea that when women say men make the most money and men make all of the money, I'm like, it's hard to make money.
Regardless whether you're a man or a female. Yeah.
Exactly. I can't make an OnlyFans and make the amount of money that you would be able to make just by putting pictures up. I actually have to
Put effort. Yeah.
put effort, have
lotion.
something, put lotion.
Lighting. A lot of lighting.
Shave.
Oh, she has one camera. Sure, dude. You have to put like lighting. Zoom
Yeah,
in.
so it
Zoom
takes
in.
it takes time to create something that actually brings in income, especially in California. It's so expensive out here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that like knowing, she knew this as far as like, because she had way more money than I did. At that time, even current, she has way more money than I do.
You're right.
So knowing that, because she had to grow her own company too, that conversation came up, and it was like not even something that we were going to have a conversation even after. Even when it was brought up, I'm like, of course. I'm like, it
Makes sense.
It just makes sense to the both of us, But now let's say if I bring it up to someone that may not know a lot when it comes to the laws and when it comes to
All
actually
she know is love.
marketing, when she's more of just like, okay, I make within the 45 to 50 to 60,000, which is the average. I don't think it's going to be something that they've thought about as far as like when it comes to what they process in their brain on a daily. I'm dealing with numbers, like I'm actually building a company and I want to protect it, because at some point, if it does happen where it goes sideways, or the marriage goes sideways and I get this prenup, or I didn't prepare for these things, like now I have to close down for what, like you literally just said, oh, I call it quits. Now you take half of my shit. It doesn't work for me.
Right. So you make a girl, like, you do the whole camera thing and you'll bring everybody in, the witnesses.
I was actually thinking about getting married out of state.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a different
state.
Like which one would be beneficial?
I would actually go and research as far as like what state is probably going to be more lenient when it comes down to. But then again, California is when it comes to divorce, it's really just so that California could take your money, because the lawyers take your piece of money. Then of course, I guess the state takes a couple of your dollars, off of the lawyers and off of the fees or whatever. So they're kind of allowing it to happen because they want that money.
It's a business.
It's a business, 100%.
Damn,
yeah.
man.
So
Damn.
it's gotta be careful.
Careful, dudes. Careful, girls with money. Damn.
With money.
Look, we could do. We want to watch your video. You want to explain to us if you brought in a video?
Oh yeah,
Tell us about it.
I brought a little video.
Give us
Little context of the video.
yeah.
is,
What's going on, man?
I believe it's a father and his son. I believe. They've gone viral on TikTok.
Okay.
I believe more than once. They're big profile. The videos are consist of he's dressing his boy, quote unquote boy, in girl clothing, and this kid is probably around. He was like 6, 7 years old.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just like like this whole music in the background. It's all giggly,
They're all dressing now.
dressing look like they're having a good time, but it's a boy dressing in the girl clothing.
Very controversial here.
Yeah, very controversial. Yeah, very pride, quote unquote.
Well, we
Is the dad gay?
He does not look gay to me. Well, we'll go to the video and just be the judge for yourself.
yeah. Let's watch the video, man.
Let's
Yeah.
watch the video.
2019. She told us. So
She first told us how she felt.
okay. The little boy is like, "Daddy, I'm a girl."
Oh, okay. So he's already referring him as a girl.
Yeah, Daddy, I'm a girl. And Daddy's like, "Fuck it, here's a dress." Happy birthday.
Fuck it. Here's a dress.
Fuck it. Enjoy it. Love yourself.
Oh man.
So 2019, she first told us how she felt. Makeup, she put lipstick on her kid. 2020, experimented with wigs and clothes. Okay, so they did the whole shebang. It's like a quinceañera for a little boy.
Okay.
Seen that's a sister.
Maybe a friend
Experimented
with wigs.
Can't
and
even
clothes.
spell experimented right with wigs and clothes.
2021 started school as a girl
girl.
with devil horns. Watch out, boys. Oh, look at that dress. Okay.
I thought it was Angus Young.
I thought, yeah, that was that kid from that girl from Stranger Things.
11.
Yeah, look at it.
It's 11 right
It's
there.
11, dude.
That's 12.
12, bruh. 22 changed her name. What's her name? 2023.
Living
Oh,
as a
yeah,
girl.
yeah. Okay, come on.
Okay.
Well, that's a little too much, everybody.
Yeah,
That's a little
okay.
too much. Oh, they grow out the hair. It's not a wig no more. Now she's wearing makeup.
Now going to the drag.
Now we're going to. All right, cool.
The drag phase.
Now they got the. I never knew they sell trans umbrellas. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. How much did that thing cost?
I don't know. I'll get you one.
Be good, cool. I'll bring it to the
Get
show.
you
Put it on the show, man. Become your true self and will never look back. Yes. You know, there's some kids that are young, like 6, 7, 8. They go, I don't feel like a boy. I don't like boy things. I like a doll. I want long hair. I want to do girl things.
Feminine.
Feminine. They like to be feminine. And if that's natural of them to be, you can't stop that. Right? It's like a kid wanting to play the guitar so bad it's in them. They want to sing. It's in them. It's like you're not going to stop your kid from singing because he just want to hum and sing all day. It's like, stop singing, boy.
Yeah.
Shut. Put that muzzle on. You know, like you got to let the kid be whatever it wants to, whatever she or he wants to be.
Okay.
That was your take then.
Yeah.
As far as like if it was your kid.
If it was my kid, I'll support it. If I didn't influence or my wife or any family member did not influence it, you know, if the media, you know, like if the media didn't influence it, it came naturally from itself.
Let's be realistic. I think even if it's not you guys influencing, there's something influencing, and it's probably the media.
Yeah.
It could be the
Yeah.
could be the media, but also
or,
it could
or
just
his
be
friends.
Yeah, or peer pressure.
it could be
peers.
But it just could be also just natural too. It could be just natural as well.
I mean, it could be.
It could be.
Can I say my take?
Yeah, go for
Go
it.
for it.
If it was my kid, my boy going up to me saying that, I'd be like, I will be like,
Hey, puppy.
no, I'll be like, you're still young.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to like, change you or keep you here. Let's just be like, we'll see I think we have to wait till you're a little older for you to decide.
Dad, I really want to wear a dress.
And I'll be like, you're
living
still
under
too
my
young.
roof.
Your mind is still developing. I'll tell him that your mind is still developing.
I know, but I want to develop to be wearing a dress today, Dad. I really feel
I
it.
think like you're my kid.
Yeah.
He has a
Dad.
mustache already.
Like,
Please.
I mean,
Mom.
it's hard to convince me with that mustache, son.
I want to be a girl, Dad. And so you tell me that you'll hold it out for them. That like you tell them you wait it out till you're a lot older.
The reason why, because they're
He's not
innocent. They're innocent.
Yeah.
Their mind is still developing, and I would put that as a priority in a way, in a sense, because they're still kids, and most likely they still don't know who they really are. They're still developing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and because of that, you know, I will hold off on it. You know,
Okay.
but okay, wait until you're 14. You know, when your mind is a little bit more there.
That's still fairly young for me.
When you're 15, we'll get you your first dress if you still feel the same way. Your quinceañera dress.
We'll get you a quinceañera dress. Yeah.
How about you, Erwin?
goodness.
What's your thought?
I'll be like, mijo, you gotta stop hanging out with Ramsey's boy, bro.
You're not going over to his house no more.
We're not going over to their house no more, bro.
What the fuck you guys
What's
watching
going on
over there?
over there, bro? No more.
I got a call from her. Hey, what's your boy
Hey, what's
teaching
going
my?
on over here, bro?
It's the last time I let him come
No more
over.
sleepovers.
Mijo.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
No more podcasts.
Yeah.
We're done.
So you agree with Ramses?
So it's harder to say now just because the influence as far as like what this topic is going. It's kind of like it's almost like a popular thing to do at this point.
Trending, yeah.
Yeah, it's but let's say the scenario
Trending.
let's say the scenario was that maybe let's say 30 years in the past. Now it's no longer 2023. It's I'm going to say in the 60s. I live in the 60s now, and I live in the rancho, and I have my kid, you know, my boy, and there's no
Yeah.
more influence as far as
Right.
like what's going on the internet, what's going on
Right.
with their peers, what's going on with the teachers, because the teachers are a very big influence on the kids. They have your kids technically mostly every day, all day, so they're big proponent as far as like their the way that their minds are being molded. And I've noticed that teachers will actually implement their beliefs when it comes to religion, their beliefs when it comes to politics, their beliefs on when it comes to this topic. So, but I want to say 30 years, 40 years ago, it wasn't as popular. It wasn't really even heard of. So me personally, if it was 30 years ago and my son say, hey, I'm into this type of stuff, like I'll kind of go within the idea. I'm like, okay, where is this coming from? I'm like, what starting to influence you? Because I do know guys that, you know, that are gay, you know, but they are never into the whole wearing makeup and wearing a dress. And I'm like, I'm okay with these dudes. I'm like, my homie, he's married to a man, but he was never that flamboyant, you know, like as far as like, he never fell into that category or that archetype. And I think once again, we are creatures of habit and we're also creatures of influence. So I think at this point, because it's like you said, trending, it's almost like for me, it's like these kids are being influenced by not only what they see on TV, by the cartoons,
I mean, there's
by
a
the
job
TV
called
shows,
influencers.
you know, by
That's a
the
job.
teachers, by their surroundings of peers. So it's very hard to say now if it's an honest feeling or if it's a feeling that is just being influenced by what they see around them. So it's very hard for me to say until if I experience it, then that's the only way that I could actually tell you, because I have no problem with gay people or lesbians. But what I do have a problem is that people are now putting these narratives into the kids' minds, and because kids are just kids, you know, they're going to be influenced fairly easily, and the teachers are molding them in the way where I'm like, bro, I was a teacher. I already know what you could do when it comes down to like what you're teaching, the influence. I'm like, they're seeing you as a person of knowledge, you know, like they're like, oh, you're teaching them the history or the language of English, or, you know, like there's so little. So for me, it's very hard to say like, would I take it where I'm going to say no or yes. It's depending on my experience as far as like, if it happens, I'm like, that's where I'll kind of like, where is this coming from? Like, I'm always going to go after like, what's going on here?
Yeah, that's why I said what I said. I mean, like, let's hold off on it, you know, because I'm pretty sure he's getting it from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kids just don't grow up like that.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, living out middle of nowhere in the ranch,
Mm-hmm.
you know, compared to today where there's influences
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Commercials on your cereal box.
Yeah.
Everything.
The
dude.
new
Yeah.
Disney movies are pushing it hard, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's cartoons even like on Netflix where they push it too.
Yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
that on the next episode. We'll look at let's see if y'all hating on
So there's influences everywhere,
Yeah.
billboards even, you know,
billboards, toys,
everywhere. It doesn't
yeah.
even have to be a TV.
Yeah.
That's why I said let's hold off on it
Yeah.
because obviously there's an influence coming
Yeah.
from somewhere, and obviously I will go tell my my wife or whatever, and
But
be like,
whose fault do you think it is? Is it society? Is it our individual?
at the same time, if that were to happen, I will probably blame myself.
Okay.
You know, I'll be like, where did I go wrong?
I'll blame you too, bro.
You know,
I'll blame you
because
too.
that's my child.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my child,
where did I
and
go
I didn't
wrong?
want my child to be raised like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that's the
obviously-
thing. I didn't want my kid. Like,
Yeah, because
At the end
that's
of the day,
my
they-
child.
yeah, but the kid
I
has its
raised
own-
that child.
That kid has his own mind. His own. It's like, it's like, you know, you're gonna make him do whatever you want. Eventually, it's like your dad. If he wanted you to be a construction worker, he gets mad at you. You're gonna do podcasting. You go,
It's a chingadera.
get over here, make some man. You know, like
Yeah.
you would hate that.
Yeah, but I think what you're kind of going after is the influence as far as like a career, and then influence as far as like who do you
A
believe you
gender.
are. You know, that's a completely different story.
Yeah.
When you're like your dad's like, hey, I want you to actually go work a hard labor job because you at one point you're gonna want to provide for a family. At that point, I'm like, okay, yeah, there is a sphere of influence where maybe Rams would wanted a different career path.
Yeah.
but there's still the inclination of something good and positive that your dad is instilling in you by saying, hey, hard work, and that hard work is going to provide you with these
Right.
options, rather than saying, hey, I feel like this. Well, that's a feeling. So let's kind of go off at what he's saying. Like, I want to know where this is coming from as far as like, where did you hear about this? Because initially the idea of makeup overall isn't really something natural, even for women.
Right.
You know, so that is an inclination that was sold.
Sold an idea.
So if it's sold on those that technically is looked positive onto, and this is technically positive, this is makeup, this is chemicals, you know, this is not even good for the face.
right.
So if this is now being sold to those that aren't even looked down on, how is it not being sold on
Right.
to these little kids? And that's where my background is marketing. So I'm going to go after, okay, now let's go backwards. Okay, where
It could be a
are we
selling point.
seeing this? What conversations,
Bud
what
Light.
books?
Bud Light is taking advantage of it. It's a selling point for them.
Exactly.
It became a sell. You know, there's a history journal that a traveler did back during the time the Native Americans had the land in America, and there's a journal that somebody wrote that I'm gonna look for it and I'm gonna bring it up next podcast, where he wrote in his journal that he saw Native American men in dresses, like in women's clothing, doing women's work. You know, and I thought that was interesting that he
Probably the ones that were
not hunting and
died faster.
well, they're at their state. You know, they didn't do the man stuff, right? But they they identified themselves as a woman, and it seemed back in the day you don't have no influences, right? Besides your peers.
Yeah. And were there cultures as far as like where they kind of reversed the roles? Yeah, but unfortunately, because it's always going to be a like doggy dog kind of world, it's not seen as something where it could last when it comes down to evolution.
Probably get mad at him like, dude, you need to start fucking making kids or our tribe is going down.
Yeah, because I do like history, and I was actually reading a book of Native Americans, and I didn't think nothing of that ever got brought up. Maybe that was a minority of a group of a tribe.
Yeah, some tribe out there.
But unfortunately,
like a weird group of tribes, bunch of hippies.
very, very small. But what I've kind of been reading is that those that were actually more of the tribes that were actually sitting in one location and actually growing their plants and growing their fruit and growing whatever, you know, like I don't know what they were growing as far as like to survive. Those were the ones that were getting killed off faster. Right. So if you notice the tribes that were following the buffalo and following what they were kind of hunting, those were the ones that were never known to actually be in one location. So it's all about evolution. So are there, I would say, tribes or societies that were built on these ideas? Yeah, but it doesn't the longevity of it's not really realistic. So why am I going to then provide my kid or my society to this a sphere of influence that it doesn't work for a long-term society overall? What is the benefit of it, you know?
Wow, guys. Wow. What a great episode. That was a good one.
I have friends. They have kids, and they've told me, he's like, yeah, we've been really, really. If my kids are looking at certain cartoon, they go in and watch a few episodes themselves just to check, because these new cartoons, you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
You gotta be
Yeah,
careful these
yeah.
days. Yeah.
I think people should know is that Ramsey wrote a song. Can we play it, guys?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's play that real quick and
I believe it's this channel.
yep, let's try it out. Ramsey, want to tell us anything about this song?
Who'd you write it for, bro?
I didn't write it for nobody. I heard a guitar sound off Splice.
Okay.
So it's a loop.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I like this. And I don't know, just a little snippet came to mind, a little vocal snippet, and I just did it. And then
First time.
that's actually old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's not recent. That's actually old. Yeah.
Should we play this song to write out the podcast?
Do you want to give it a review, though?
I thought
Oh, yeah,
thought
the
you
review.
wanted. I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
you wanted to do a review.
Oh, that's true. Let's try it out.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Here we go.
Tired, bro.
Let me make sure.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Go
Here we
ahead.
Southside.
Do you like it?
I like it. I like it.
I like this part.
Ooh, Beatles like vibes.
Why you gotta put me on the
Yeah.
spot like that, man?
Yeah, Ramsey, that's just tight. That's tight. Got that? Who's that? Has a little bit. I feel like a little bit Enrique Iglesias with the.
Enrique Iglesias.
What's that? One guy?
Calling you gay.
Drake Bell type vibe. You ever heard about Drake Bell? From
Oh,
Drake, and
Drake
Josh?
Bell. Yeah, you're right.
Beatles, but it's a beautiful song, man. Is that you play the guitar?
No, that, I said that's a
Splice?
loop.
The loop.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's the loop. Yeah.
That's tight. That's tight.
Yeah.
Well.
Thank
I like
you.
it. What you think, Urban?
It was good. It was good stuff. Like I like the harmony.
Harmony.
It was tight. I like the ambient. Everything was fairly smooth. I wish there was a bridge. That way.
It's a little snippet. It's a little snippet.
But it was a good little loop to actually get something started.
Yeah.
I'm all about getting anything as far as creative started. I know you're a musician by heart too. I'm a musician by heart.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe we'll write our own intro, outro, or maybe we'll write a
That'd be
couple
tight.
songs within the pod because Mr. Enrique, he is also a fellow musician.
Yeah.
So, maybe there is a band within the pod already coming along.
Yeah,
you know?
screw this podcast,
Right.
man.
You know
Let's
what?
start
We
a
call it the band podcast.
Yeah.
Starting a band podcast.
Band boys.
We'll write music while doing the pod.
Yeah, that'd be tight. That's tight.
We'll perform in the pod.
Yeah, for
No,
sure.
good stuff though.
All right, man.
Yeah.
You want to take us out of here, one of you guys?
Well, I did the intro, so I'll give it to you, one of you guys.
Go ahead, Enrique. Go ahead.
All
Let's do
right,
it.
everybody.
I'll get the
Do it
next
loud.
one. I'll get the
Do
next
it
one.
loud and proud, bro.
Well, everybody, that was it. We talked about many things. Trans, relationships. God damn it. We play you a brand new song from Ramsey that he's still working on. But guess what, everybody? You will see us on the next episode. I'm Enrique. This is Ramsey. This is Pacheco. Irvin. What up, everybody? Thank you so much.
Let's go.
Next episode, we'll
See
probably have
ya.
a name. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Yeah. Stay tuned, everybody.
All right.